Do you want to start wholesaling real estate in under 2 weeks so you can actually find your first deal in under 2 weeks, 14 days from this video? Guys, I'm going to show you exactly my 2,500 deals of experience wholesaling real estate so you can actually go out here and get a deal as soon as possible. Now, my name's Zach Ginn. I've done over 2,500 wholesaling real estate deals in the past 8 years, and I am the #1 educator in the United States and heck the world on teaching people how to get their first deal, the first 100K, and their first $1 million. Our free wholesaling course is the largest in the country. Those are my facts. So let's kind of break down exactly 10 steps on how you could start wholesaling in under 2 weeks. So if you want a deal under 2 weeks, this is how you do it. And guess what, like guys, I'm trying to help you out. I assume you have no money. I'm assuming you're broke, okay? I'm gonna write this down, assuming you have no money. You're broke as a joke. You don't wanna spend it. You see all these gurus on the internet telling you to spend all this money. No, okay. So let's kind of get into the neck of it. Let's get straight into it. Step number 1, okay? What is the first step here to get our first wholesaling real estate deal? Number 1, we have to find our market. Now, I'd love to make this video for John Smith in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Great market. Just skip this because you got a good market, but I'm talking, Sarah Sue in New York City. And so it's hard to figure out, like, do you have a good market? Do you have a bad wholesaling market, right? I'm gonna tell you, there's probably gonna be 2 little rules, we'll put it right here, to figure out if you're in a good wholesaling market or not. Number 1, I always want to make sure that the median home price is under, let's say, $500,000. So all you have to do is just go to like Zillow and just search median home price for your city. What's the average home price? And figure it out. If it's under $500,000, you're doing good. And just make sure that the population of your county, okay, is over, let's do 100,000 people, okay? If you meet these 2 criterias, I think you have a good wholesaling market. For like 95% of people, this is gonna be it. So make sure that the median home price is under $500,000 and the population is over 100,000. Now, if you live in Kenya, South Africa, Amsterdam, right? Outside the United States, you need to pick a virtual market. And pick a virtual market that has these 2 criterias. Chattanooga, Tennessee is great, Knoxville, Tennessee, Birmingham, Alabama, Jacksonville, Florida. There's so many to name. Just avoid any big, massive metro markets. Chicago, LA, New York City, Miami, you're pretty much gonna be good to go. So, and avoid San Francisco, but I mean, it's above $500,000, so it's already gonna be in there. The second thing you need to start doing here is, this is just a big criteria. I know this is a big controversy in the wholesaling real estate space, what you should do, but I'm gonna tell everybody, I need you to have full confidence when you get a wholesaling real estate deal. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna find 5 good cash buyers. Wait, I thought you told me to cold call. No, we're not cold calling right now. I don't care what stupid little YouTube video you're watching here. Let's just start simple. If we're gonna start getting wholesaling deals right, we lock up a contract, then we sell the paper for 20, 30, 40 grand, assignment fee. We wanna make sure we have good cash buyers, and we wanna find 5 good ones. That is it. Now, your main question is gonna be like, well, how do I find cash buyers, right? Well, Zach, I got no money. Okay, let's kind of get in the red here so we can really focus on this. I'm gonna tell you probably right now, if you wanna start finding good cash buyers, the #1 source for anybody who is brand new is gonna be the Zillow for rents. I've helped so many people do this. And cash buyers are very simple creatures. They buy real estate to either flip it for a profit or they buy real estate to rent it out. And it's about 70-30. I think 70% of buyers are here to flip it, 30% are to rent them out. Now, the flippers are the ones that are a little harder to find, which I'll show you today. But the first one's the for rents. These are just rich landlords. And the easiest way to find a rich landlord, go to Zillow, they're listing property for rent. Call them up, say, hey, this is Zach. I'm actually not looking to rent out your property. I was seeing if you're looking to buy any more rentals. I'm a local wholesale in the area, and I just got a deal locked up across the street. Boom, have a great conversation, you're good to go. Number 2 here, this is another really easy, simple way. But a lot of these guys and gals that are flipping properties are on Facebook groups. That's right, if you go to, let's just keep it to Chattanooga, right? The Southeastern Tennessee Real Estate Investors Network. Just search cash buyer in the search tab or make a post saying, hey, are there any cash buyers in Chattanooga? They're gonna be commenting, you're good to go. Pretty easy, pretty simple. And then kind of the third one too, I'm gonna tell everyone, this is just really simple, really quick. I absolutely love this one, is just going to good old Realtors. Hopefully I said the name right. Everyone says Realtor, whatever. Realtors have a bunch of cash buyers, and with these new regulations that have just come out about how buyer's agents might be losing out, right? I see a lot of them exiting this industry. They're struggling for money, and you can actually use their buyers, pay them handsomely on the deal, and everyone makes a bunch of money. So realtors are a great source for actually going out here and selling your wholesaling deals. Now, there's a bunch of other ones. Just let's make it simple for now, guys. There's a free course in the bio. It's free. There's no funnels, no channels, whatever you want to call them. It's absolutely free. And I have like 15 reasons, but let's just kind of keep it simple for now. Let's just focus on these three, because I think you can sell all your deals doing that right now, literally paying no money at all, right? Now, the next one here is, let's go out here and find our title company, right? We're getting all of our ducks in a row. Finding a good buyer, your market, your title company, the first 8, 9, 10 hours, like just learning what wholesaling is, right? Find your title company. Now, some states like Georgia, North Carolina, New York, they don't have title companies. They're an attorney state, which basically means the attorney's doing the closing. Interchangeable for this. I'm not getting the crazy weeds of this, but it's not that complicated, right? We just want to find somebody that is willing to do an assignment of contract. Now, wholesaling real estate, and this is a controversial take, is legal in all 50 states in the United States. In Illinois, you need a license. Pretty much outside of that, you don't need a license. Now, I have all the internet trolls fighting me. Personally, guys, everyone talks the talk, but I walk the walk. I've wholesaled property in 48 states in the United States of America, and within the past year, probably 40 states, including states like South Carolina, Oregon, Iowa, right, and Oklahoma. Like all these states are wholesaling. Some people say, oh, there's issues. There's no issues. I have attorneys going out here and being my closing representative. I have title companies where the attorney signs my assignment check in the state of South Carolina. These gurus, like, they're just trying to sell you on some MLS wholesaling scheme. I'm telling you guys, find your title company, you're good to go. Outside of Illinois, you're pretty much Gucci. And the Illinois law has been there for 5-6 years, so I don't want to get in the whole thing right now, but you're fine. Now, number 4 here, and probably the one we really need to focus on, and the one that you probably clicked on this video, right? Because you already know about wholesaling, you know all these things. It's like, okay, well, how do I find these sellers? Okay, I get what wholesaling is. Okay, I know how to find a buyer, but like, how do I actually find the deal? How do I get my first deal, right? That's your first and most important thing on your mind right now. So what you need to do is get a list. So let's just keep using the word find. A lot of finding, right? Find a list. That is it. Find a list. You can say get a list, find a list, whatever, but find your list. Now, what's a list? Well, a list is basically a data set of potential property owners that are more willing to sell the property, or it's more likely to be an ugly house. There's 3 types of lists in wholesaling real estate. There are free lists, paid lists, and what I call earned lists. Now, these 3 lists are actually pretty simple. Number 1, you get a list that costs no money at all. You can pull. A lot of government sources are like this. A list you can pay for, like xleads.com. And it's just basically a software that pulls vacants and other data that you actually have to pay for, but it's a different type of data set because you can't get them for free. Then there's earned lists. Lists that you can't buy, lists you can't just go get from the government. These are lists you actually have to go out here and work your butt off, like drawing for dollars. Now, let's just kind of keep this really simple for now. Zach, I have no money. What do I do? How do I find a seller? How do I get a list? How do I get this data? This is the number 1 question I get wholesalers asking me. It's like, Zach, I have no money. How do I get a list? Because everyone says, go use this software and it's $100 a month, and they just shove it down your throat. They tell you to go deal with realtors, and the realtors are mean to you, and you get all these things. And whenever somebody tells you to go get a list in wholesaling, there's always an affiliate link, right? It's always, oh, give me money. I hate that stuff, right? I'm telling you, okay, I own a real estate data company too, but like, that's not even the point. I've done over 2,500 wholesaling real estate deals, and most of them have been from not paying any money. Let me show you exactly every single possible way to get a wholesaling real estate list that costs no money at all. $0, zilch, nothing. Let's kind of break this all down, and I didn't want to do like a 5-hour video, so I already wrote it out for you to save you time. Screenshot this, do whatever you want, but let's talk about the first thing, the thing where one of my favorite lists. These are called code violations. Now, I'm not going to write down, you can kind of explain it. In the free course, all the stuff's in here, but number one, code violations. This is a list from code enforcement, which neighborhood services, whatever, basically making sure property codes are being maintained for the city. So if I don't cut my grass, code enforcement will fine me 30, 40, 50 bucks a day for not cutting my grass, which is not good. You can actually get violations from the code, so people that have tall grass, mold or mildew, just disgusting, ugly houses. I know it's funny to say, but they're literally code enforcement agents that drive around your city looking for ugly houses and putting them on a list like Santa Claus. You can get this list for free. All you have to do with most of the lists here, just go and ask. Okay, let me just write that. You just gotta ask for the list. Now, this is from the government. So you, as a tax-paying citizen, there was this thing called the FOIA Act, F-O-I-A, the Freedom of Information Act. This is an act from Congress sharing that the information shall be free to the public, and we're not hiding anything. Unless it's like CIA or like government military secrets, anything the government gets, that data is accessible and free to the public. Go to the code enforcement office for your city and or county. Say, hey, can I get a list of all the code violations for the past 30 days? That's all you're gonna ask, and they will give it to you. I like emailing them because I'm lazy, and you just use ChatGPT to write something. Really easy to do. In the free course, I just screen share to do it. The problem is YouTube actually will take down this video if I screen share how to do that and do their privacy policy, so I'm not getting into it right now. Number two, pre-foreclosures. Now, there's a lot of terms here that if you're brand new, it might be very confusing, so I am not here to confuse you, stress you out. But basically what pre-foreclosures is a list of people not paying their mortgage, usually 2 or 3 payments behind, which is 2 to 3 months of not paying their mortgage. These people are super eager to sell, and they are actually, their property's gonna be auctioned off or sold to the bank if you don't help them out in the next 2 or 3 months. Urgent sellers, super motivated, ready to go. The biggest issue with this list is it's a little more saturated. A lot of wholesalers know this list, which kind of does suck, but most wholesalers aren't going after code violations, so you're pretty much good to go. Number 3 here, JV partners. Yes, you can actually find people who lock up deals and like, hey, I can't get rid of this deal, I can't sell it. Well, you can just sign a joint venture agreement, which is basically, hey, let's split the deal. You go on Zillow, go to the For Rents, and boom, you found a buyer. You get half the proceeds of that deal. I do a lot of these. Go to sellmypaper.com if you have a deal, and I'll JV with you. Actually, make a lot of money doing that because I love JVing and just doing deals with people. Now, number 4 here, probates. Whoa, where do I get started? This is probably, if you made me do this and say, Zach, which one, if I had to only do one, I should do, I'm gonna put it right here, probates. I'm telling you right now, I sound like a broken record, but probates, bar none, is the best list on this because these are people that passed away and you're dealing with people who inherited the house. There's no emotional attachment for most of these properties. The other party, the son or daughter is out of state, and it's just an amazing deal, the best deals and the biggest deals possible. I just showed somebody who was a stay-at-home mom. She was pregnant. She did $90,000 in Vancouver, Washington, a very hard saturated market through the probates. My biggest wholesaling deal ever, which I'm not here to toot my horn, maybe it will. My largest wholesaling real estate deal was a $120,000 assignment fee. That was a check to me for $120,000 from, guess it, the probate list. That is right, probates are insane. And I help people on a daily basis get $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 pops. Usually on a pre-foreclosure, you're gonna get a $15,000, $20,000 assignment fee. Yeah, little money, right? But probates, whew, they're amazing. You can get this list from your county's clerk of the court website. Just go to the case files and just say, hey, can I get all the cases for probates for the past 30 days? All the info is on there. You're good to go. 5, tax liens. Tax liens are amazing. These are people not paying their taxes for usually 1, 2, 3 years. And the city or the county puts a lien on the house because they're not paying their taxes. They're not paying the taxes. The property is probably ugly, which is a good wholesaling deal for us. You can get that from the county clerk of the court, like usually most of these lists. Going down the line, this is another county clerk of the court list, but the credit card debt lien list. You can actually find credit card companies, and if you are not paying your credit card bill, they will actually put a lien on the property and a lien on yourself. And so this is a great list of people not paying their credit card bills, which you can target these people and get a lot of deals. 7, not my favorite, but it is a way to get a deal for free. You can wholesale on the MLS on market with agents. I do have a MLS wholesaling course in freewholesaling.com. I have wholesaled on the market. Personally, it's just not my cup of tea. It's not my favorite thing to do. Some people absolutely love it, some people don't. Most people who get their first deal are not gonna do it on market, so I probably won't talk about it. And it's just too saturated. It's just not my thing. I don't find a lot of people having success with it. The only people that ever really talk good of on market is people selling a course on how to wholesale in the MLS, where they have some sort of mentorship of it. I actually talked to a guy the other day, shout out to Arya on here. He actually got 15 grand his first deal from wholesaling on market from freewholesaling.com. So shout out to him, but he's proving me wrong. But for most people, that's not it. Number 8 here, reverse Facebook ads. Whoa, okay. Zach's telling me to run Facebook ads. No, whoa, no. What I'm telling you to do is, this is a kind of a term, it's kind of a cool term I like to say, but reverse Facebook ads or reverse Facebook ad hacking, whatever one you like better. But this is actually going into Facebook groups, and these are Facebook groups with 60,000 people in your local market, right? So for example, if you live in Houston, Texas, right? If you just go to the Houston Texans fan club for the Houston Texans, right? Most people there live in Houston or from Houston or know somebody that owns a house in Houston, and a lot of homeowners, usually male, are Houston Texan fans, right? Now this works better if you are a Houston Texans fan yourself, but there's other ways around it. Just take a picture of you in like a Houston Texans shirt or a hat, take a little selfie and just say, hey, this is Zach. Absolutely love the Houston Texans, and I also love buying properties. If you're looking to sell your property, I'm looking to buy 1 to 2 in the area for cash in the next week. Hit me up, here's my phone number. I know it sounds stupid, but it's gonna bring people's attention, like, oh my gosh, a Texans hat, whoa. Like for me, I'm a huge Miami Dolphins fan. So if I see a guy with a selfie with a Miami Dolphins hat, I automatically think the guy's cool. And it does work. I know it's kind of stupid to say, but it works really well. Other thing I do too is I'm actually a big Florida Gators fan. I actually went to UF. So one thing I do is I actually wholesale a lot of deals in Athens, Georgia, which is their rival, the Georgia Bulldogs. I ain't gonna wear a Georgia Bulldogs hat. There's no way you're gonna get me to do that. 0% chance. But what I will do is I'll go to ChatGPT or Gemini AI and just say, create an image of the Georgia Bulldog mascot, UGA, holding a sign that says Zach buys houses. And what I'll do is post that on the Georgia Bulldogs Facebook fan group or the Athens, Georgia locals group. Say, hey, I'm looking to buy 3 more houses in the area for cash. UGA the Bulldog agrees with me. That's not a fan of it, but I'm telling you, you gotta be creative. It's a great way to get wholesaling deals. Now, 9 is Craigslist, which you're not doing a Facebook group with 60,000 people, because heck, a Facebook group with 60,000 people, that's a lot of eyeballs for free. But you can post on Craigslist that I'm looking to buy 3 or 4 more houses in the area for cash. It's a great way to get a wholesaling deal. Now, going here to number 10 is the water shutoffs list. Now, you can actually get a list of people who have their water shut off because they are not paying their utility bill. And all you have to do is go to the utility department and ask for a list of all properties that are not on, the water's not running on it because they're not paying. It's a great list. If the water's not running, not a lot of fun stuff's happening at the house. Now, number 11, kind of similar, but fire damaged properties. You can actually go to the local fire department and get a list of all the properties that actually caught on fire. Now, if you actually have loved ones or family members or friends that work at a fire department, this does work better, but they'll tell you too, like everywhere, I think Americans are weird. I think it's from movies and TV shows. They assume when a property catches on fire that automatically that means the house is burnt to a crisp, there's nothing but ash, and it's the worst. When really most home fires are actually in the kitchen and in a bathroom, because if a microwave, an oven, or someone's hair dryer or something like that blows up and there's a small little fire. I really love our firefighters. They actually do an amazing job. Most houses are not caught up in flames and the whole thing's gone. They contain the fire really well. Shout out to our fire department out here. And really there's small damage, right? The kitchen's ruined or the bathroom's ruined. That's pretty much it. and usually they get their insurance check and it's just one part of the house is damaged, which is great for wholesaling, right? We give it to a flipper, make our money, we're good to go. 12 here, evictions list. Now you might hear me say like the tired landlord list, which is a very similar type of list, but this is different. This is the free version of it, right? You can actually go to the eviction records. You can actually reach out to landlords that are evicting bad tenants that are not paying, they destroy the house, whatever it is. And you can actually get a list of the landlords, call the landlord up and say, hey, are you looking to sell that property for cash? And just say, hey, you're looking to buy it. You have a motivated seller that is actually a landlord, right? So landlords actually buy your deal, but some get so sick of being a landlord that they get out of the whole game. Number 13 here, one of the most underrated lists in wholesaling real estate. This is the arrest record list. Yes, you can actually reach out to homeowners that get arrested or they're actually about to do time in prison. That's true. And a lot of people think when somebody gets arrested, like it's over for them, right? That their life's done, they get blanked off to society and it's all over. Yeah, like if you do a really, really bad crime, then sure. But most people that go to prison and most people that get arrested are not for the crazy, massive, big M word that everyone thinks because of TV shows and movies. A lot of people get arrested for shoplifting, DUIs, DRU, and I'm not gonna say the rest of it because of the YouTube algorithm, right? And some of these people get arrested for 1-2 years. And the problem is, a small subsect of these people, maybe 5, 6, 7% of them, own real estate. And guess what happens to a house for 2 years if there's no running water, no electric, and nobody's taking care of the property? And the person getting arrested has to pay 40, 50 grand to defend themselves in court, and they got no money. They're just gonna want to get rid of the house, cash it out, and pay the lawyer off. This is where us wholesalers can help these people out, give them a cash offer while they're out on bail, and wholesale the deal. Now, a lot of these people do make mistakes, and sometimes they're not the most pleasant people to be around. So you can virtually wholesale if you want, but I meet these people all the time. You can actually wholesale the deal, no problem. Just go to your local sheriff's department, get the list, see if they own property, call them up. Number 14 here, virtual drawing for dollars. So drawing for dollars, I would put on here, but it is paid, right? You gotta pay for gas or the electric costs for an electric scooter or something, right? But you can actually go to Google Maps and just make sure Google Maps is updated on the bottom right-hand corner or the top right-hand or bottom right-hand corner and just see when the Google Maps photo guy took the picture. But you can just drive around virtually, just move it over and look for ugly looking houses. The brand new Google Maps, I don't know, they updated the cameras, they look really good, and it's actually pretty cool. There are a lot of people that do deals doing this, so it is a decent strategy. Number 15 here, realtors. Yes, realtors can bring you wholesaling deals. It is a free method. You just gotta network enough and call enough realtors. It is a method. Is it my favorite? Probably not, but it is a decent method to be doing that. Number 16, estate sales. When people have an estate sale or somebody dies, or they hire someone just to clean out the estate or clean out the house, they're decent people to reach out to that are more likely to want to sell their property. They're not. Same thing with garage sales. Garage sales are amazing. Some people need the money. Some people are about to move out or they're thinking of moving out. Call people that list garage sales or list their house for a garage sale. Find out the home, make sure they're the owner, call them up, see if they're looking to sell the house. Number 18, expired listings. You can find bad realtors who absolutely destroy the listing. They're terrible. They can't get the house sold and it expires. The listing expires. You actually reach out to the sellers that had that expired listing and just offer to buy their house cash, no realtor's commissions. You can wholesale it, make a ton of money. Number 19 here, the Zillow for sale by owner list, an amazing list. Go to Zillow, go to the people listing the property for sale by owner, call them up. And for FSBO specifically, I like to have a small little rule. I want to offer 70% or below the listing price. That's roughly where we're gonna beat on those. So if somebody has a property listed for 100 grand on Zillow, just offer 70 grand or below, and that's a good offer price for those type of sellers. 20 here, the divorce list. Yes, people get divorced, and usually they get rid of the property or sell it because it's just too big. You can pull this list from the county clerk of the court. It's a great way to get wholesaling deals. Now, going to 21 here, ZachDiscord.com. That is a link to actually my Discord that you can be with tens of thousands of other wholesalers, and if you want to do deals with them, sometimes they have deals they need help with, kind of JVing too, but it's a quick little hack. You can actually go in there, network with a bunch of people. I think we have voice hangouts every single week, and it costs no money at all. A lot of Discords are 40, 50 bucks a month. You can get it for free. 22, the HOA liens. People are not paying their HOAs. The HOA will actually put a lien on the property, so you can go help these sellers out and give a lowball offer and make a ton of money. Now, number 3, the bail bondsman. Sometimes when you get arrested and let's say you kind of skip out on town, the bail bondsman can actually take over and own the piece of real estate. You could reach out to them and wholesale the house from them. They just want the money, they don't really care about the real estate too much. A lot of bail bondsmen actually start owning a lot of real estate because of this, and they're great people to wholesale from. Not a lot of people know that, but it's just a strategy when you wholesale a ton of deals that you get to know. Now, the 2 big ways you can actually get this data skip traced, which is finding their phone number, right? A lot of sources you have to pay for, right? But right now, if you have no money at all, and let's say you pull the evictions list and you want to reach out to the homeowner, you can put their information in a website like cyberbackgroundchecks.com. Again, that is cyberbackgroundchecks.com. It's a great way to find their phone number for free. Now, another really good source is called truepeoplesearch.com. These are the 2 ways to find anyone's phone number absolutely for free. Now, getting back here, so I don't think we have any excuses of lists to get in wholesaling when you have no money, because I just showed you kind of all the free ways, right? You can pay for a list like X Leads or earn it from drawing for dollars, but really there's no excuse in wholesaling of finding a list now because it's all there. Number 5 though, step 5 here is after you pull the list, get the list, we are going to start marketing. Now, there's really 3 options I'm going to tell you starting out if you want to get a deal in under 2 weeks, no money, anything like that, to start marketing. And these are going to be 3 really great methods. Number 1, I would implore you to do something called cold calling. You go to like truepeoplesearch.com, you get their phone number, and you can call these sellers up and see if they're looking to sell their house. Number 2, you can use a website like Google Voice and text a seller, so you can actually text and it costs no money to do. Obviously, truepeoplesearch.com, you get their phone number for free. Or 3, I would actually put a sticky note on the house. What do you mean? Well, you can actually put a sticky note on somebody's house and write on the sticky note like, hey, this is Zach, I had a quick question about your property, please give me a call back. Put the Google Voice number on there and start getting inbound leads. These are my top 3 favorite ways to start marketing and wholesaling real estate. This is my marketing 101, if you could say. So if you have a list, you want to reach out to the sellers, top 3 starting out, no money at all, cold calling, texting, and putting sticky notes on the property. Now, we're going to start marketing, we're going to start doing deals, we're going to start getting lists, right? But once we start marketing, we start getting leads, we actually really need to kind of take a step back here and track our numbers, our KPIs, right? KPIs actually stand for key performance indicators, and really what I kind of call keep pushing, or the hardest part of wholesaling, I would say, for a lot of people. That's right, just keep pushing. Like Finding Nemo, just keep swimming. That's it, you just want to track your numbers. Be like, okay, how much am I cold calling? How much am I talking to sellers? How many calls am I making? Am I on the right track? It's really just important to know, like, how many calls am I doing? How many lists have I pulled? How many sticky notes did I put out? Just track your numbers so you know exactly how much you're doing, if you're slacking or not, and just keeping yourself accountable. Now, roughly, if I had to give anybody some accountability of how much you should be pushing, I would say a really good schedule, and I know like this is kind of all over the board, but like a good schedule for wholesaling, I'd probably say around 10 to 15 hours a week. If you really had to put me in a bind and say, Zach, how many hours should I be calling, texting, whatever, I'd say 10 to 15 hours a week at minimum of what I call income producing activities. So ask yourself, is this gonna produce me a wholesaling deal and actually make me income or not? Finding buyers? Yes, it does. Making a logo for my company? No. Am I calling sellers? Is that income producing? Yes, it is. Is me posting digital bandit signs income producing? Of course they are. You know, those reverse Facebook ad hacks. Just figure out, hey, is this gonna produce me income or not? I would say track at least 10 to 15 hours a week of that and you're gonna be golden. Then from there, we're actually gonna start getting wholesaling deals. This is exciting. We're gonna have sellers like, hey, I actually do wanna sell my property for cash. Next, what we're gonna do here is what I call qualifying the seller. So we're gonna qualify the seller. And what I mean by that is every Joe Schmo that says they wanna sell their house for cash, they are not all a wholesaling deal. You might get excited starting out like, oh my gosh, yes, they're looking to sell their property, yes! Not every single person that wants to sell is gonna be a wholesaling deal. So what we wanna do is just kind of get a little script here. And I'm gonna write a little script. Let's kind of make it in red so it's a little easier to understand. This is kind of my script for talking to a seller, or what I call qualifying, right? Let's make it a little big here, right? Someone says, hey, I'm looking to sell my property. We need to qualify and just make sure they're qualified for a cash offer. Number one, I think of the acronym MCT. MCTP. That is right. If you are looking to start talking to sellers, you don't know what to say, think of the acronym MCTP. MCTP stands for motivation, condition, time frame, and price. That is it. Let's kind of highlight this. MCTP. So when somebody says they were looking to sell their property, say number one, motivation. Hey, Mr. Seller, why are you looking to sell the property? Make sure they actually have a legit reason. Oh, I don't know, I'm just looking to sell it. Well, do you have a reason you're looking to sell it? Job loss, looking to move out of the city, you're looking to downsize, get a bigger house, maybe you're not paying your taxes. If you don't get a good reason why somebody wants to sell their property, it's probably not a good wholesaling deal. Number two, condition. Tell me a little bit more about the property, Mr. Seller. Does it need repairs? How's the roof, AC? Now, also by asking questions, you're actually getting to know the seller a little more. You're actually instantly building rapport, because one of the biggest ways to build rapport with a seller is by actually actively listening. Three here, so T is time frame. Hey, Mr. Seller, when ideally are you looking to sell the property? If someone's looking to sell in 7, 8, 9, 10 months, probably not a super motivated wholesaling deal. And last is price. Hey, Mr. Seller, do you have a rough ballpark you're looking to sell the property for? Or what price are you looking to sell the house for? If you ask these questions, you can get a pretty rough figure if it's going to be a good wholesaling deal or not. The good part is you might be a little nervous when you talk to your first seller. That is completely okay and totally normal. But hopefully if you're nervous, you kind of have this written down so you know what to tell them so you don't forget it. It is shocking how many times new wholesalers forget this when they talk to their first seller. So have it written down or on a piece of paper by your desk if you get a phone call, or on your phone, so you know exactly what to say when qualifying your seller. Step number 8 here. Once they say they were looking to sell, they're qualified, we are actually going to give the offer to the seller. Now there's a lot of ways you can give an offer to a seller, but I think just figuring out what the property will sell for to a buyer and then offering 70% below that is probably the quickest and easiest way. Now there's a lot of fancy schmancy ways to do this, right? Oh, go find comps, figure out the price per square foot, the average market value, what's the time on market, what are the active listings, and blah, 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 just like all this crazy stuff. And as a beginner, guys, we're getting a deal in under 2 weeks. We're not gonna go nuts on this. What I want to do is just go to Zillow and figure out a couple things real quick. Go to Zillow and just look for what similar properties are selling for. That's right, like if this is a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom in that vicinity, right, in that same zip code or subdivision, what are other 3-bedroom, 2-bathrooms selling for? Like guys, I can get very advanced. I have formulas, I have all this stuff. If you go to freeholesaling.com, it's in there, but I'm not trying to make this confusing. Just find roughly, go on Zillow, realtor.com, Redfin, right? Roughly what are similar houses selling for? Then from there, what we're gonna do is roughly figure out what that is. Now, what we're going to initially offer the seller is 70% of the MAO, or what we call the max allowable offer. Now, the max allowable offer is just what a buyer is willing to pay for it. So if I know a rich landlord is willing to pay $100,000 to buy this house, I'm going to offer $70,000 to the seller. Because if they say, yeah, sure, I'll sell it for 70, I'm going to make $30,000 in profit, which is amazing. And then obviously 200 grand, the numbers get a little bigger, but we want to do low offers. Lower offers make you more money. And then from there, the third part is we're just going to sign the contract. Now you might be like, whoa there, partner. How do I get a contract, or where do I find a contract? Well, you can actually get my personal contract I use on all of my wholesaling deals at my free wholesaling course, which I'm gonna put the biggest piece of real estate right here, freewholesaling.com. The problem is I do not like repeating myself a lot or making 50,000 wholesaling real estate videos, right? So what I did was I created a step-by-step course that I update every single month, and basically all my questions. So if someone says, how do I find a cash buyer? I say, just go to the course, I explain it there. Just go to freewholesaling.com. There is going to be a contract download, an assignment of contract download. It's all going to be in there absolutely for free. Live seller calls, all these things, it's all in there. Guys, it costs no money. It's not a funnel for something else. It's just a free course that I give out anywhere on the internet. There's no sign-in codes, anything like that. Just go to freewholesaling.com. You're going to be good. So if you go there, you'll get my contract, my assignment contract. You'll be good. Now, step 9 here, because we're going to just sign the contract. Rick actually has like an 1.5-hour video on how to sign the contract, just showing you step by step on there too. Step 9 is going to call up our buyers and just call them up and say, hey, are you looking to buy this house? Now, the funny part is, once you have the buyers, this process is actually really simple. Hey, Mr. Buyer, you said you're looking to buy houses in my county in Chattanooga. Guess what? I just locked up a deal right by your house. Are you looking to buy it? And most of the time they're gonna be like, yeah, I'd love to buy real estate, duh. What you do is you meet them at the house, you call the seller up, say, hey, is it okay if my partner and I come by and actually just look at the house really quick? We wanna look at a couple things. Most of them say, yeah, Monday at 3 o'clock works for me. And boom, you both go there, he looks at the house, he says, yeah, this is great. How much can I buy it for? You say, 120,000 because you locked it for 100. He says good. You sell him the deal, you make $20,000 profit. All you have to do is just have them sign a second piece of paper called the assignment of contract. So what you do here is just sign the assignment of contract and close. Boom. Then boom, you make your 20 grand. Now you might be like, whoa. How does this process work? Well, got a piece of real estate right here. A lot of board real estate to show you. So this is roughly all 10 steps. This is really kind of painfully written out. Let me just show you the really skinny, the easy, the simple way that I like to show it. Number one, we have somebody who is stressed out and angry because they have a house, it's ugly, excuse my bad handwriting, and they got tall grass or whatever, right? The house is just ugly looking, and this guy, he just needs to sell the house, get rid of it. What I do is I call him up one day, say, hey, you're looking to sell the house, I'm looking to buy. He's like, oh my gosh, yes! What we do is we sign a piece of paper, a contract, right? So we actually just sign right here, a contract, which is right here, for let's say $100,000. Now what I do is I go here to John Sperkelnickel. I don't know, it's like a fancy rich guy name, man, I have no idea. And he's got like a top hat, fancy rich guy. They don't look like, they're just regular people, usually do with a collared shirt. And he's all fine and prepper, and he says, I'm looking to buy more property. Like that's what people think. He's just like a regular dude, right? I'm actually a big cash buyer in the area. And you say, hey man, you own all of these little rental properties over here, and this house is like right smack dab in the middle of all the other rentals. Would you like to buy it? He's like, of course, good sir. So what you do is like, okay, well, I'll sell you this deal for $120,000. He says, deal, that's a great deal. So what happens is 120 grand, 100,000 of that money goes to the seller at closing, and let's make it green for money, right? And $20,000 of that 100 grand goes to me in a nice check. Literally, this is it. The title company literally writes a check for you, right? Because they collect the guy's 120 grand, they give 100 to him because we agree to 100, and we get our 20,000, and it just says 20K to me. A lawyer signs it. Let's make the money sign. And we hold it up and we get our cash. It's kind of crazy. If you go to Wholesaling.com, you see the front page, there's hundreds of people that have done this learning on this YouTube channel for free. For the past 8 years, I've done over 2,500 of these transactions, and I'm 25 years old right now. I've been doing this for a long time, and I've taught more people how to do this than anybody else on the internet. I have more testimonials than anybody else. Not because I'm the most handsome, which I probably am, but because I'm the only one that will actually teach this for free. This is a guru method that has been taught by gurus for $9,000, $10,000, $12,000 courses. But I'm willing to go out here and actually teach you how to do it absolutely for free because I am not a wholesaling real estate guru. So from the top, if we were to get a deal in under 2 weeks, what do? Number one, we find a good wholesaling market or find out if we have a good wholesaling market. We check here, under 500 grand of the median home price, population above 100,000. We are then going to find 5 good cash buyers. Top 3 ways, Zillow for rents, Facebook groups for real estate investing Facebook groups, and realtors. Number 3, we are going to go out here and find our wholesaling friendly title company. You can just call title company to see if they do wholesaling assignment of contracts, or you go to Facebook groups and actually find that out. Number 4, we're going to find a list, preferably free if we have no money. Again, there are over 23 ways to get a wholesaling deal: code violations, pre-foreclosures, JV partners, probates, tax liens, credit card debt lien list, on-market, reverse Facebook ads, Craigslist, water shutoffs, fire damage properties, eviction list, arrest records, virtual drawing files, realtors, estate sales, garage sales, expired listings, Zillow for survivors, divorce list, ZachDiscord.com, HOA liens, bail bondsmen, cyber background checks, get their phone number, TrueBillSearch.com, skip trace it for free, costing no money at all for you. There's no excuse why you can't get a wholesaling deal. Then from there, we start marketing. We want to be marketing 10, 15 hours a week, preferably by calling, texting, putting a sticky note on the deal, putting a sticky note on the house. We're gonna track our numbers, make sure that we're doing our schedule that we are set to do. We're then gonna qualify them using our seller script: MCTP, motivation, condition, time frame, price. We are then gonna go out here and give an offer to the seller. We're gonna go to Zillow, look for similar houses in the area, figure out what the max allowable offer is, which is the most we can offer, what the property is worth usually. Offer 70% of that, just to be quick and simple today. Sign a contract by going to freewholesaling.com to get the contract for free. I'm gonna call up our said buyers we already have, sign the assignment of contract, which is us selling our rights to our original contract to them for a finder's fee. Close the deal, good to go. Remember, we find the person, we sign the contract, we give it to the buyer. He agrees to buy it for above what we locked it up for. We get our check, they get what they want, everybody's happy, we get rich. That is wholesaling real estate. Guys, this business has absolutely changed my life, and I'm ready for it to change your life too. If you're ready to go, make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel. Yeah, go to freewholesaling.com. Guys, I actually go live twice a week on this channel, every Tuesdays and Thursdays at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to answer your questions live. And like always, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe, and we'll see you soon. This is Zach signing out. Have a blessed one.